G'day guys, Chewy here and welcome back to some more coverage of Warlords of Draenor, where we're continuing on with 6.1 and we're jumping back into the Druid. Look, I've decided which way I wanted to go for 6.1 and the rest of what's left of the first season, and I decided to jump back into the Boomy. Now the reason for that is, as much as I love the Feral, I'm just no good at it. I tried it in some previous attempts and I just couldn't nail it down, so I think I'll just stick with the Boomy because I'm used to it. Maybe the Boomy restoration is more my thing, but man, I know Feral's fun, it's just not quite me just yet. But let's kick it off. Okay, so in this season we're going to do some threes action, and we've teamed up in this matchup with a Hunter and a Priest, and we come up against a Combat Rogue, Marksmanship Hunter, and of course a Restoration Druid. So I guess here what we want to be doing in terms of our target is maximizing the use of Clone, and we really want to be cloning down that Druid, and I guess trying to nail down one of the DPS. Now when you come up to a group like this, you have some choices, right? If you go for the Combat Rogue, he's going to be a little bit more slippery, and he's going to be a little bit more tricky at the start, but if you let him get too much momentum, he can get quite dangerous with DPS. Now if you go for the Marksmanship Hunter, you've got to take into consideration you've got two deterrences to worry about. So I think in a lineup like this, I mean, a good idea would be you could also try rush Resto, but it would be quite hard against a team like this. But, oh look, there you go, I just got caught with the sap, so obviously they're going to be nailing me very shortly. And look, here comes a really good opener, so you can see the Combat Rogue is trying to get me in a bit of a stun lock. They've decided to maximize damage on me. A bit of a flurry opener here. I'm trying to get some dots off there. I've popped into my ultimate form and I'm star searching the hell out of the Hunter, and it looks like we almost had the Hunter. You've just seen it there. I mean, the amount of burst I was able to pop down that battlefield was insane. Now unfortunately for this sort of flurry, I do have a lot of pressure put on me at the moment. You can see now I've lost that little bit of momentum. He's able to heal up the Hunter quite easily, and I've just got that Combat Rogue just stuck on me. Bit of a bad thing with the opener there, guys. I really need to, in a moment like this, really be trying to clone that Restoration Druid. I mean, he's just popped his tree way too early. So the great thing about threes in this sort of matchup, a good tactic you could also do is, if you've seen a Druid and they're on your opposing side and they've used their tree, you could always switch all your DPS to the tree, which would be a good play to do as well. You can see here we are getting, I think if anything, we've just lost a little bit of focus on which target we're going for. I'm just trying to jump around in circles to keep alive while this rogue is just pretty much trying to steamroll me. You can see there that we're just taking an immense amount of damage. We've got our Star Surges back up. We're trying to sneak in some more damage down on the Hunter. We may have him, guys. Here it is. And the Hunter's down. And that's it, guys. Any sort of threes matchup where you manage to nail a Hunter, when you manage to nail one of the opponents, it's pretty much winning from here. And here it comes. Here comes the victory. Oh, he's just given up, guys. Not bad, guys, for our first matchup. I think what we might do for a bit of a twist for the videos is we might just do it with a couple of varied teams, just to give you an idea of what it's like to play Boomy in different compositions. This team played reasonably well. We did get hammered down a fair bit there, and we did lose our focus, so probably wasn't the most fluid match. But let's see what else we can jump into, and some more arena action. Oh, wow. Come on. Why wouldn't it be the sneaky rogue? We're going to leave anytime. There we have it. Alright, let's jump into another one, guys, and check this out. Alright, guys, for our next team composition, going for a similar theme, we're keeping up with the Priest heals, with the Discipline Priest, but instead of having the Hunter in our team, let's try it with a Rogue. So this time we've got our own little sneaky Rogue on our team, and as for the team that we'll come up against, it's a Combat Rogue, Resto, and a Mart. Well, it's pretty much the same team from last time, right? Probably not the same players, but definitely the same team composition. So again, in here we got to choose our target. I think at this point we're deciding, are we going to CC the Priest and go for the Rogue, and just through the don't chase the Druid. I mean, you know, with a really good Druid player's Resto, it's really terrible if one of your DPS players chases the Druid off and it just leaves two of you alone. So I was just clarifying that because I really need that Rogue close by. So I think the game plan for this matchup is maximize the CC on the Resto and try and melt the Rogue rather than the Hunter in this sort of breakup. Which, you know what, the burst that I can pop out when I get into my Boomy form is, ooh, that would be the enemy's flare, so definitely don't want to walk into that. So there is the Hunter. I just swapped, I just started bursting the Hunter, Oh, here comes the rogue. The rogue's just popped out. I still haven't managed to get all my star surges off. The star surges are down. You can just see that massive crit damage flying off there. We're coming into a flurry. We're a bit mixed bag. We've got low health on the hunter. Looking very good. Rogue's coming in there for the cheap shot. I need to start getting off... Oh, damn, we've got to get out of the smoke. Need to get off a really good clone here. Here comes an entangling groups just to keep that guy in place. And then we're trying to really just kite or peel them away from the healer. I really should have focused on finishing off after the entanglement with a really, really good clone, but it looks like we've almost got the hunter there to the left. He is quite critical. Another good hit would take him down. Oh no, we've missed him, we're just throwing down some sunfires and moonfires down around. I did just walk into the trap. That was very bad. Again, I think what's letting me down again in this threes match is we really need to be focusing on more of those clones. It's really easy when you play too much twos for a while to see the real importance of managing the healer and really trying to, trying to stack your CCs. I mean, I really should have been a lot more on the ball there. Here I'm just trying to break a bit of contact to get some healing up. But no one seems to have followed me, so that was very random. They're pretty much all focusing down, trying to hammer down our rogue. I'm coming back in here to open up with some Cyclone with the Restoration Druid. It took me long enough to get that for an opener, guys. Not a really good play to do. Another good Cyclone coming in for a second Cyclone on a Druid. We've managed to peel away their hunter, who's being attacked by our rogue over to the left. It's very hard to see. Here we're trying to entangle roots and also our solar beam. We missed. So a good little key there. I should have entangled roots and then threw down the solar beam. I mean, the beauty about that is they're trapped in the solar beam, so they can't use any spells to break from CC, which is basically the concept. I mean, they could force a trinket. It'd be a bit of a waste. Here we're coming up for a second Cyclone. Beautiful. Oh, no, we got incapacitated. Oh, damn it. Alright, so we need to get focused back into the battle. It's all well and good throwing down all these CCs, but if we get no dots or no damage down on that hunter, we're really not helping our rogue. I'm just really trying to keep observation on that restoration. We've got the hunter on critical low. He's very close. We've got some star surges. They're firing off. Here it comes. And the druid is... Oh, we just faked his death. The druid just got us with tangling roots, and he just hit us with a typhoon. Very, very annoying. We need to get back in there, get on some focus, and get straight back into that hunter. Well, unfortunately, really unfortunately, the druid managed to get off some significant heals down on the hunter. We're resetting our positions again. It's really interesting that you can tell like a really good seasoned team or a team that's using Skype or some sort of venting service would really assist in these sort of breakups. I mean, at multiple points, it could have called a little bit more to my teammates and a little bit more communication, I think. Not to matter though, this isn't some sort of high rating arena. This is pretty low rating arena in terms of threes, so I'm not sure if the opponents are doing similar as well. I'm trying to change my damage just to spread it across all of the teams, and I'm switching over to the rogue, just trying to put some more pressure down on him. Unfortunately, we are trapped down there by that hunter's ability. We've got a Cyclone up on the Druid. We're going to wait for a second one to counter off that. Here comes second Cyclone, and here comes the rogue. The rogue's down. That's it, people. That's what we've been waiting for. And you can just see the real importance there of really keeping on top of your CCs, or clones in this case for the Druid. It was a bit of a long one. There's definitely a lot of errors there, but man, it is 6.1. It is a very interesting season. We managed to get through the one. This okay. Let's check out what else we can do in another arena matchup. Alright guys, we're back again, and same again, we're using the same team, which is basically the Rogue Priest combo, and we're up against a Ret Pally, a Restoration Shaman, and of course a Frost Death Knight. The joys, almost like a mini God Comp in itself. A God Comp, I should say. Yeah, so I think in this one here, if we can get off some really good bursts on the Paladin, because the Paladin does have, you know, Blessing of Protection, which basically nullifies all the damage from our Rogue. If we can burst down this Pally really fast without him getting a good bubble, we should be able to take this out. In fact, if we can nail him fast and we can do it really perfectly, I'm pretty sure we'll win this very fast. So I guess I wanted to throw this quick video in towards the end, because I just wanted to show you that not all threes matches are long. Some are slow, but generally they're going to be a little bit longer than a twos match, because each team would generally have a healer. But that's not to say a triple DPS threes comp is not that good. They're quite powerful if all three of them know what they're doing. It's not a stacking of your CCs, but it can be done. Here we're coming into the sneak in. We're trying to burst the crap out of this paladin. I'm trying to open up with a cyclone on the DK, and we pop back into our Boomkin form. We're throwing off the burst. The Star Surges are down. The paladin is at critical. Oh my god, he Blessing of Protection. Oh, that was a bad idea. Oh my god. If he would have bubbled, I mean, oh man, we just won it. That's it. He must have hit the wrong ability. You can just see how much it pays not to hit the wrong ability. Oh my god. That's the game, guys. I hope you enjoyed this quick 3s of 3s video coverage. I'm really excited for the season. That was an awesome route, by the way. I just had to say that, throw that in there. Having some great times. Looking forward to the rest of the season. More importantly, some more action in 6.1 and getting back into the Boomkin. And I guess slowly climbing up the ladder as best I can and attempting to get 100 wins and 3s so I can get that goddamn mount. I've got to get it. I've been so lazy. Alright guys, looks like this one's in the bag. Here it is. Here it is. Easy. They're really holding it out there just for the finisher. There, a couple of Star Surges. See you later, DK. And goodbye, Shaman. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.